The unemployment rate was unchanged in January, and it remains at its lowest level since 2000, and overall job growth improved from the previous month. One interesting development was that the annual revisions to the jobs data lowered the river for temporary help services so that it actually never made it to the 3 million job mark in 2017. Hello, this is Bruce Steinberg of SteinbergEmploymentResearch.com reviewing January 2018 U.S. employment trends and developments. The Current Population Survey, or CPS, but commonly known as the Household Survey, reports the unemployment rate remained at 4.1% in January, the lowest it has been since 2000. However, because of annual changes made to the population controls, making month-over-month comparisons sketchy at best, so we will dispense with the hard observations and pick up that discussion next month. However, it is probably not misleading to say that the size of the civilian labor force was larger in January than December, and there were more employed persons, but also a bit more unemployed persons. But the changes were not very large, so the unemployment rate did not change. January non-farm jobs increased 200,000, which was an improvement from December's growth of 160,000, but well off the almost 260,000 growth the economy experienced 1 year ago in January 2017. The private goods producing sector was up 57,000 in January, and that was a bit of an improvement from December's growth of 55,000. Manufacturing added 15,000 jobs in January after increasing by 21,000 in December. The construction sector rose by 36,000 in January. That built on a 33,000 increase in December. And mining and logging was up 6,000 in January after adding only 1,000 in December. Private sector jobs were up 196,000 in January, which was better than December's growth of 166,000. A year ago, in January 2017, private sector jobs increased at a much better pace at more than 250,000 jobs. The retail trade sector was up more than 15,000 jobs in January after it processed almost 26,000 returns. It declined in December. In January 2017, it was up more than 22,000 jobs. The professional and business services sector growth of 23,000 in January was only slightly less than the 25,000 job growth observed in December. Computer systems design and related services increased 4,500 jobs in January, and that computes to better than the 3,900 jobs it increased in December. The education and health services sector added 38,000 jobs in January, with its healthcare and social assistance component increasing by almost 26,000 jobs. Home healthcare services gained only 700 jobs in January, which was a major disappointment from the 3,600 jobs it added in December. The leisure and hospitality sector was up 35,000 in January after adding 37,000 in December. A year ago, in January 2017, it was up 53,000. The total number of government jobs was up 4,000 in January. The federal government was up 5,000, state government was down 11,000, and local government was up 10,000. As discussed at the top of this podcast, the annual revisions, which can actually go back many years, played havoc on the temporary help services data. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is now reporting that the sector never exceeded the 3 million job mark, but we estimate it will broach that level very soon, possibly as early as next month. In January, temporary help services grew by only 1,800 jobs to 2,999,400 temporary help services jobs, which works out to less than 0.1% sequential growth and just under 3.4% year-over-year growth. And the annual revisions mean that December's performance moved into negative territory with a loss of 1,500 jobs. Temporary help's market share, that is, its portion of all jobs, incrementally declined in January, now stands at 2.0292% compared to December's 2.0308%, which was down from November's 2.0340%. A year ago, in January 2017, it was 1.9917%. Recall that last month we pointed out that the annual performance of temporary help services was preliminary, and although only the December 27 data is still preliminary, we now have a better picture. We still can say that temporary help services did much better in 2017 compared to 2016, but not as good as previously reported. In 2017, this sector experienced 2.1% growth, or about 62,000 jobs, over 2016's increase of just 0.4%, or about 12,000 jobs. With the continuing tightness in the labor market, as manifested by a persistently low unemployment rate and reports of rising wages as employers compete for workers, job growth could actually be constrained by a lack of qualified workers. Could this lack of workers, as well as workers who are willing to work as temporaries, be the reason for the rather tepid performance for temporary help services in the past few months? Perhaps. This has been Bruce Steinberg, and this is just a brief sample of the employment data and analysis we provide.